Hello, guys. Hope you're doing good. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And welcome to my review of this week's New Japan Strong. So, this week's New Japan Strong didn't had some breaking announcement or something, but breaking matches like 2 weeks before we had Filthy Tom Lawlor versus Chris Dickinson. But this was a very good wrestling. I like this. I like all the matches here. There were three matches, and the first match we got was Alex Coughlin versus Hikuleo, and this match had a very good story where the two Hikulo had that Hikulo was big bad guy, and he was huge. And while Alex Coughlin had that mat based wrestling skills and that ground making the opponents to be grounded, that kind of stuff that he does. So that was a very good mix of style that we had. The story told well. Hikuleo was trying to have that power moves on Alex Coughlin, while Alex Coughlin was trying to ground his opponent by using the arm bar and working on his arm and uh, having elbow drop. And we also saw Hikuleo working a impressive vertical suplex, and we also saw he working on elbow and leg drop as well. So this was a back and forth kind of match, but still you can see Alex Coughlin was trying to have control this big guy with many maneuvers, like especially the gut wrench suplex that he hit. Prior to that, he hit a spear and a gut wrench suplex, and that was impressive, man. To be pick up like a guy like Hikuleo by Alex Coughlin, it's a very daunting job, and he really did well. And he also had some submission maneuvers like single leg Boston crab, and in the end we saw Coughlin hit a series of chops, but Hikuleo picked up Coughlin up and hit a version of his STF, and he got the victory. This was a very this was a very small versus a large guy kind of story, and that we enjoy upon. And that was the story here, and it was good. And Hikuleo promises to be a very good, and I think so. He can be a strong open weight champion. He can challenge, and I want some great challenges for Filthy Tom Lawlor, and Hikuleo can be one of them. I mean, he's good. So Alex Coughlin and Hikuleo, they had a very good opening match, and then we get to the second match, which was Leo Rush. This was a tag team match. We had two tag team match after this. First tag team, this was second tag team match, which was Leo Rush and Rocky Romero versus the DKC and Clark Connors, and this as well was a very good tag team match. But the main event tag team match was more good. So talking about this, the story of this tag team match, Leo Rush, by looking, I mean, Leo Rush. As we are watching and reading that Leo Rush is going to retire, but his wrestling and all, he's still left a lot in the tank. I mean, but don't retire, Leo Rush, man. I mean, you're saying this is second time, and you would be coming back now. I don't know. As watching you, you are enjoying the thing that you're doing. That's wrestling, and that's the thing that you do the best. So don't leave. If you have something, if you have some problems, then sure, it's your decision. But this is my thought I am saying. But talking about the match, this match itself was a very good match. Leo Rush and Rocky Romero bring about the experience, while DKC and Clark Connors, they are out from the LA dojo, while Clark Connors is just out of from the LA dojo, and he has his own music as well, as we have discussed last week's New Japan Strong, where he got a new theme. And DKC was also great here. And DKC and Clark Connors, this was a back and forth match, we can say, where Leo Rush and Rocky Romero were controlling in the half of the match, while another half in the last we saw DKC and Clark Connors getting their advantage. And there was a highlighting point where Clark Connors hit a brutal spear, and not onto the gut or midsection, and it was a spear right onto the lower back, and that made this match story into the final moment, where they were working out. DKC and Clark Connors were having multiple tags. Not giving Leo Rush the tag to Rocky Romero. Very good strategy used by DKC and Clark Connors in the end. And Leo Rush sold a lot, and it was a very good story here. And Leo Rush and Rocky Romero also had their own display as well in the beginning of the match. As I said, Leo Rush fast, and that. aerial maneuvers and the quickness and speed that he comes upon, and that's very great to watch. And Rocky Romero, he's a technical wizard, and it's always good to watch him, and nothing to say wrong about. In the end, we saw that Roosh hit the ropes, but DKC grabbed his legs to stop the offense. The DKC then hit a drop kick for a near fall. DKC worked a submission maneuver, but Romero breaks up, and Clark Connors tossed Romero to the outside. They are trading strikes in the outside, but the DKC and Connors hit their version of the Doomsday device for a 2 count. But Roos then hit a springboard cutter, his finisher, and ends this match. And Leo Rush and Rocky Romero, that experience advantage, picked them the victory. And post match, we saw Clark Connors and Romero were fighting outside. So maybe we would be having the singles match next week or so. So that's the business that they're doing. So anyway, then they celebrated in the ring and then cut a small promo backstage regarding their win. And I absolutely love this match. It was very fun to watch, but the main event was more good and very good. Jordan Clearwater and Mysterioso versus Wheeler Utah and Freddie Yehai. And Freddie Yehai is the Ring of Honor guy, and we have watched this. I watched him in the pure division of how much he is in that pure division, and his technical wrestling and his mat based wrestling. And it was clear that Wheeler Utah and Freddie High were the star here, but the main MVP of this match was Freddie High, hands down. And they really give him a very good opportunity here, and he worked really well in this match. He had his moment, while Jordan Clearwater and Mysterioso, they were also having the moment as well. In the initial match, we saw uh, uh, yeah, Mysterioso begins the match. Yeah, I am Mysterioso. We're working side headlock and that mat-based wrestling, as I was saying. So some smooth transition working out. That was the story in the first. Actually, then we saw Yeah, eventually tagged in and worked over Clearwater's ankle and leg as well. Yuta then tagged in and continued to work with Jordan Clearwater's leg and ankle. And we also saw Mysterioso fired up and hitting the slam, hit a series of clothesline, double knees as well. And so this was a back and forth match. If you see, kind of both were getting their own thing, but Freddie Hare was a master in this. And whenever Fred Hare was coming, his angriness, his raged behavior that he was bringing upon was very good. And Wheeler Utah was also good, but I had more eye on Freddie Hare. As I said, Utah had his own maneuvers as well. Yeah, that kind of suplex and hitting slam, hit series of clothesline. Mysterio's then hit senton for a 2 count, and in the end we saw had tagged in, but Mysterio's hit a super kick. The two traded outside the ring, and but inside the ring, has sunk in a submission, and that was great, man. Kind of a Koji clutch kind of maneuver that he had, but it was great. This was a very good tag team match. The story that they told was, I mean, you can say that Wheeler Utah and Freddie had, these are the Ring of Honor guys, kind of coming. You can not say invading or something, kind of having their own hands on the New Japan guys. That is Jordan Clearwater and Mysterioso. So very great style mix up. So that was the story. A very great tag team match. We can say that Freddie was great here, and I want to see Freddie here more on New Japan Strong. So this was the small event, small show. New Japan Strong is always small, and it's a kind of a small dynamite, small kind of a real dynamite, real cracker. So it was very good. This was a very good show. So thoughts, put it on the comment section below. If you have watched New Japan, if you watched New Japan Strong, please put on the comment section below what was your favorite match, and who do you think would be challenging for that strong open weight champion, Filthy Tom Lawlor. They didn't teased upon any or anything said upon, but still, I want to see some development in the coming weeks. So that's it. Please make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, and peace.